And good day, geometry. We are continuing our exploration of, Catherine, warning for you, of reasoning and logic. We talked about inductive reasoning, which is conclusions based on what type of information? Judgments, patterns, experiences. Usually those snap judgments. Folks, enough. Those first impressions, those snap judgments, those quick decisions, okay? The minor ones that just, what am I going to wear today, right? Usually based on that inductive reasoning. It's informal reasoning. Deductive reasoning, however, is very formal, okay? This is the one that requires research. It requires facts, okay? It requires proof, right? So deductive reasoning is formal reasoning based on facts and research. Okay? This is the type of reasoning that we want our doctors and our lawyers and our politicians and anyone who makes big decisions for us. We want them to be using this. Right? Not just how they're feeling today, okay? But actually doing the research, doing the work, making an informed decision. Right? And so the difference between inductive and deductive reasoning, we kind of talked about this already. This is informal. Can be used for small decisions or minor decisions, ones that aren't really going to affect you very long. You decide to wear shorts, walk outside. Oh, it's cold. You just go back and change. Right? Not that big of a deal. Informal, and it's an arrow pointing down. I'm not good at drawing things. I'm sorry. Alex, warning for you. Anthony, warning for you as well. Okay? Just, we're recording. Max, warning for you as well. Stop talking. Not a difficult graph. Deductive reasoning is much more formal. Okay? This is your big decisions. The example I used in one of the homework checks was going to high school, college, trade school, pro sports, whatever your future holds. Hopefully you're putting some thought into it. Maybe high school is just you're going wherever your parents say you have to go. That could still, because you're a minor. But your plans after high school, again, college, trade school, or wherever, hopefully you are at some point put some thought in to that, right? What comes next? The person you're going to marry, we don't want it to be in a one-room chapel in Vegas after meeting that person, at the casino 2 hours earlier. Generally doesn't work out for my not my experience, but just woo. Okay. But those big decisions, you want them using deductive reasoning. There's a hand up back there. Ellen, was that you, Lexi? Thank you, Arlene. Okay. And what is the situation for which it might be best to use inductive reasoning? Give me an example that I have not already provided for you. Catherine, second warning for you. You need to lock it down now also. Jack, whether to do your chores or not. Okay. I think, yes, you definitely should, right? But whether or not you do might just depend on how you feel that day. Maybe you say, well, in my past experience, my parents didn't get too mad at me when I didn't do it, so I'm not going to do it this time either, right? Or you look at the pattern, oh, my siblings aren't doing theirs, so I'm not going to do mine either. You should do them, but whether or not you actually do inductive reasoning. Another example. How about deductive reasoning? Deductive reasoning. Those big decisions that require thought, research, facts, evidence. Catherine? House you want to buy. Hopefully you don't just pick the first one you see on the for sale sign, right? Ooh, yeah, planning a wedding or a vacation for that matter. There are times when it's just a spur of the moment. Let's just get up and go, right? We'll stop whenever we get tired of driving. But generally, especially if you have little kids, you want to plan some stuff out. Mr. Olson, when you do your science labs, right? It's kind of a mixture of the two. You maybe start by looking at patterns and what happens when I do this and what happens when I do this. But your ultimate conclusion should be based on everything that you did, the evidence. That would be a deductive reasoning. So sometimes we can use the inductive to get to the deductive. Arlene. Yes, definitely in the courtroom or in medicine, some of those things that we mentioned before, right? Those bigger decisions there. And the only homework for today, which even though I did say the word, I can't really minimize this, so let's have to roll with it here. A great example of using facts and logic to form conclusions are logic puzzles. You've seen some of them in your math packets. Today, here's some alliteration for you. Today, 'tis time to tactically tackle tricky touring together. Isn't that good? No. Do you know what alliteration is? It's when you use the same letter over and over. Today, 'tis time to tactically tackle tricky touring together. I thought that was pretty good. You see it on the next page here. Okay. So as we've seen in math packets that have contained these, when you read a clue, you're looking for any information it can provide you, either confirmation that something is a certain way, or elimination that this isn't a possible thing. So when it says the tour with 10 people will begin 1 hour after phase tour, what information does that give us about the times, the guides, the locations, and the group sizes? Ultimately, you are trying to, I probably should have said this first. Ultimately, you are trying to fill out this table here. What time does the tour leave? Who's the guide? Where does it go? And how many people are in that particular group? Okay, so you've got a 7 a.m., an 8 a.m., a 9 a.m., and a 10 a.m. tour. You're filling in the rest of the information there. Knowing that the tour with 10 people begins 1 hour after phase tour, what does that either confirm or eliminate for us? Ellen, give me something. Okay, they cannot be in the group of 10 because the group of 10 people and phase 2 are two different things, right? So where it says 10 people for the group sizes, in Fey, we can eliminate that option. Look for where Fey and 10 intersect. We can eliminate that. I'm using X to say, no, it can't be this, right? What else does it tell us? Beckman. Okay, so the tour with 10 people begins 1 hour after Fey. That means that the group of 10 people can't be the first tour, right? It's got, at the very least, have one tour before it. So the group with 10 people and the 7 a.m. time slot, we can eliminate that option. The group of 10 cannot be the first one. Could Faye be the first tour? It could, right? The tour of 10 people begins 1 hour after Faye's. If the tour of 10 people is at 8 a.m., it could mean that Faye is at 7 a.m. We don't know that, so we can't confirm it, but it's a possibility, so we can't eliminate it. Okay? What's that? Faye could be going at 7 a.m., but Faye can't be going the last one, right? The group of 10 people happens after Faye's tour. That means Faye cannot be the last tour. So just from that seemingly, one sentence thing that doesn't really give us a lot of information on the surface, we've eliminated 3 options, right? The second one. What? Oh, okay. Let's go to the third clue, actually. This is one where it actually confirms something for us. It says a 7 a.m. trip has 2 people in it. So we know that at 7 a.m., it has 2 people. I'm going to use a circle to say that that is confirmed. Which means what now can we eliminate? Now that we've had a confirmation of something, what can we eliminate, Catherine? We know the 7 a.m. can't have 9. The 7 a.m. can't have 12. And what else? Kylie? The 8, the 9, or the 10 can't have 2. Right? And if the 10 a.m. tour can't have 2 people, and the 10 a.m. tour isn't phase, what does that tell us about Faye and her group size? It can't be 2. So now with Faye, we can go down and we can eliminate the group size of 2. We always have one thing confirmed here there now too. Faye is either 9 or 12 group size, right? So that's the kind of thought process you have to have with this. Yeah, it is hard, and that's why we've got this kind of chart to help us, so we can eliminate things as we go along. But you have to really be in tune to what does this tell me? What piece of information does this tell me? Okay. Your homework is to finish this. Okay. And then the review on the front page. I was led. Unintentionally, but I was led. Unintentionally, but I was led. You also need to do the time for review. See, basically, when I said that was led, if the question asked contains the mystery word, that's leading, right? I said it was unintentional, but it still.
But you said it was intentional.
No, I said unintentionally led. Sure, you can boycott. If you choose not to do the homework out of protest, that's fine with me. Catherine. I did. I went through 2 clues for you already. I did. We confirmed something. Ellen. Yeah. Phase can't have 2 people. Of course, I now deleted this. How do we come up with that? Okay, so we knew that Faye can't have the 7 a.m. tour. Or she can't have the 10 p.m. tour. 10 a.m. tour. And then what else do we have? We have the 2 to 10 people, again, 1 hour after phase, so that because the tour of 10 people has to start after phase, so she can't have the last one because there's got to be one to come after her. That's the tour of 10. Right? If the tour because the tour with 10 people and phase tour are different tours. Right, Alex? Does that make sense? Why that is? Okay. So we know that Faye, she can't be the tour with 10 people because that's a different tour. She can't be the 10 a.m. tour because there has to be at least one tour after her. Right? The group with 10 people. So we eliminated the group of 10 and 7 a.m. there. And then what else do we say? Faye can't be the 7 a.m. tour. We eliminated that as well, right? Oh wait, no. The 10 people can't be the 7. Oh, we already marked that one down. I feel like there's one other thing that we said from that first one. It was the Faye can't have 2 people. No, that was from I think the third clue. Wait, but how'd you get the 2 people? We're starting over again because I erased all I had. I just want to make sure that I have everything that we had before. Hold on. I feel like there was one other thing that we got from clue 1. Maybe there are too many people saying different things right now. We're going back through our thought process from clue 1. We said phase tour with 10 people have to be different tours. 10 a.m. can't be with Faye. And Maybe that was it. Just those three things. Okay. Then the third one, 7 a.m. has 2 people in it. Stop. Don't. Why is that clicked? Oh my gosh. That eliminated the 7 a.m. with 9 and with 12. It eliminated that and with that. And then why did we say that Faye can't be the tour of 2? Yes, and I'm maybe I was thinking before when we were tossing out the idea of whether Faye can be the 7 a.m. that was still in my head, but yeah, maybe that was wrong. I think Faye can be the tour of 2 people. Yeah, yeah. I can't remember why the reasoning behind the 2 people in Faye, but no, I'm not seeing it. So yeah, yeah. Okay, you may work with friends. That's how math.